Seltzer.com. Get some 8% seltzer shipped right to your house. We got the peach, we got the watermelon, we got the pina colada, and the blue raspberry. We're also available in over 200 stores in the state of Florida and Tennessee. And if you're heading out to the Major League ballparks this summer, make sure to check us out in the Miami Marlins Stadium, as well as Tropicana Field, home to the Tampa Bay Rays, as well as the Tampa Bay Rowdies. We are live inside all three stadiums. So if you're down in Florida this year, check us out. Go to hardafseltzer.com today and check your store locator or order them right to your house.
Live from our studios in Austin, Texas, this is Drinkin' Bros Fake News with Ross Patterson, Dan Holloway, Papa G with the traffic,
How you feel?
Not good.
Yeah?
field reporter Hot Bob, and Delco Dan with sports. Welcome to Fake News.
Yeah, welcome to Drinkin' Bros Fake News, everybody, bringing you the realest, fakest news of the week. D'Anthony, we're getting a lot of questions on what we're going to do for our Juneteenth show next week, and if we're just taking the day off entirely. Do you have an answer for that?
What? What the fuck is Juneteenth?
You really not know?
No.
It's a federal holiday now, Dan. This is really racist. We're catching you at your most racist.
I know
think,
what it
of all
is. It's
time.
fucking stupid. If you want a separate day, if you want a separate anthem and a separate flag, get the fuck out. Cunt.
So we're not doing anything special for Juneteenth this year?
No, I'm just going to say a bunch of racist shit, probably.
Okay. Perfect. Well, sorry.
I wasn't
we
planning
answered
on
your
doing
questions.
that, but you've pushed me to it.
Well, we don't have a choice now.
Not you, but...
Is it Monday? I think it is on Monday, too.
Yeah, it is.
Bob, you guys don't have off, okay? I want you to know that now. So
Yeah, my wife asked me like 2 weeks ago, and I just laughed at her.
Did she want you to take the kids somewhere and be like, hey,
Well, she has it off.
Does she really?
It's a federal holiday.
Come on.
You're kidding.
Yeah, we will not be doing that.
No.
And if you'd like to file a complaint with the Labor Board, go ahead and do that, and we'll end this company before you get that day off. I promise you that.
So they're giving it to her off, huh? No shit. All right.
She gets all the big post office holidays off.
Are they still doing like Columbus Day and shit like that?
It's Indigenous Peoples Day now.
Well,
it depends on
not.
who's in office.
It depends on the state. I
Really?
think, too.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you still do get that. Whatever magical day in October you want to celebrate, you get that day off.
I mean,
Halloween. I would love to take off. The day after Halloween is what I would like to take off.
I don't
Saints
care
Day.
for celebrating like second place stuff, like Confederates, any of that South will rise again bullshit.
Yeah.
But Western culture dominating Native North American culture, yeah, I'll celebrate that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like we figured shit out a long time before you, and because of that, we still exist and you don't.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's kind of how the world works, bud.
Same with the Independence Day.
People.
I can't hear you.
So the natives are strong, proud people still.
Are
They're
they?
Casinos.
Are they? Yeah, they're
Okay.
running casinos. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. They lost that one though. And look, we've had our fair share of losses. We just don't celebrate it. I'm with Dan. We don't celebrate the Civil War bullshit. You lost. Sorry, we got to
celebrate.
move on. You got to move on.
I was on the side of death in the Civil War.
Yeah. Of
I
which
won.
side?
Yeah.
Yeah. It didn't really matter. You just wanted to see death.
There's an old Bill Hicks jokes. He said, I'm in the unenviable position of being for the war but against the troops.
Ah.
And that's usually where I find myself
Okay.
in those situations.
I like it.
No.
I like it. Welcome to the show, kids. Got a big one today. I don't know, though, if any of these stories will get beyond here or Twitter, and that's kind of it, including this top story here. The Burisma CEO recorded the Bidens, allegedly. Allegedly, there's 17 recordings out there. A top Senate Republican, Chuck Grassley, How old is Chuck, by the way, Bob? I watched this this speech the other day. He looked not a day over 91.
He is 89 years old.
Nailed it. I was real close. They should not have had this guy trot now to read this shit because it's worse than Biden. He's 10 years older than Biden, for Christ's sakes. Top Republican Chuck Grassley revealed Monday that an FBI informant said the Ukrainian oligarch involved in an alleged criminal bribery scheme with Joe and Hunter Biden claimed to have 17 recordings of his conversations with the president and his son. Now, with these 17 recordings, 2 were of Joe Biden when he was vice president, and 15 were with Hunter. As I said, Mr. Grassley revealed on the Senate floor that a largely unredacted version of the Bureau's FD 1023 confidential human source form said that the foreign national who allegedly bribed Joe and Hunter Biden has allegedly, and he said that 30 times in this speech, has audio recordings of his conversations with them. 17 such recordings exist. When I saw this, the first thing I thought is, 1, where are they? And let's just start playing these. 2, if he did play these recordings right now, would the media even cover it? Because when Chuck Grassley got out to make this speech, I watched it the other day. It's painful to watch, and I don't recommend doing it. He can barely read, and he's super old, and he looks like he's going to die in about 10 seconds. But all I kept thinking to myself was, even if they release these recordings to the public, would anything even fucking happen anymore?
Yeah, it's a good question.
That's where I live with all this shit now. Of like, they're so far above the law now. I don't know that it fucking matters anymore. I'd love to hear them.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, according to reports, there's 15 calls with Hunter and 2 calls with Joe directly, and who knows what's in them. I mean, from what I hear, it pretty clearly lays out that there's a pay for play situation going on.
I think if $5 million to Hunter and I believe $5 million to Joe
Correct,
is on these recordings. Yeah,
and we've got some, I guess, somewhat breaking news about this. So the Ukrainian guy who owns Burisma, Mykola Zlochevsky, I believe is how you say that, is the guy who has the tapes, right? There's another person involved, another Mykola Lizin, who was a Ukrainian politician back in the day that died under mysterious circumstances. Now, it turns out his wife, I believe, was one of the accountants at Burisma, and she was found dead today.
You don't say.
After having volunteered to testify about this specifically.
Yeah, you don't say.
So it sounds like the Biden crime family probably had this woman clipped.
That's my guess. But again, with everything that's going on, because I watched the spectacle of the Trump thing all week. There's what, documents in 7 different locations for Biden. Nothing has fucking happened with that. And we're all pretending like none of that existed. The Twitter files, all those releases. It was cool for about, 4-6 hours on Twitter. Besides Tucker Carlson, I don't know that any other media organization picked it up. Are we just at a stage here where they own everything and that's kind of it? Did you see that vote yesterday with the Republicans for Paulina when they were trying to censure Adam Schiff?
Yeah.
And 20 Republicans flipped on that as well.
Yeah, they were right to do that, by the way.
Right.
Like, there's a lot of conservative people out there who are like, remember these 20 Republicans' names. You're a fucking idiot. Like, you honestly think that the Congress should just have the ability to fine members of Congress $16 million. Really? You want that to be part of the system now. You want that to be, because all it's going to be is weaponized against conservatives moving forward.
Yeah.
Because conservatives don't typically do stuff like this because they don't want the government to have more power, and leftists will. Because you're butthurt about Adam Schiff, instead of working to end his political career, you want to set a precedent where the body at large can fine members completely out of existence, essentially. That's what you want to do, knowing that leftists are going to use this at every possible fucking turn, as they're doing right now with Trump, right?
Yep.
You want to give the government more power. Don't call yourself conservative. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
God damn it. I'm sick of fucking having these conversations with people about what it means to be conservative and what it doesn't mean. if you're in a position where you want to increase the power of government and their scope and then leverage that against your enemies, you're a fucking cunt. And you're definitely not a conservative.
Yeah, because with all of this shit, in my opinion, the party's broken. They can't do anything. They certainly aren't doing anything against the Bidens. The tapes, you could fucking play these at if they reopened Studio 54 in New York City and just played all 17 recordings of these during Pride Month and have everybody drop ecstasy and listen to these tapes. The media is not going to cover any of this or do anything. I've given up on all of it, to be honest with you. Like, I've given up on all of it. I watched this fucking Chuck Grassley's bullshit speech, and I was like, cool, man. You want to come out and say allegedly over and over and over again, or just drop the fucking tapes? Now, Homeboy on the other side of this has said he's holding onto them for safekeeping in case something happens to him. Well, his wife got picked off, this morning?
Not his wife.
Somebody else is in this Burisma shit. And
Yeah, somebody who got clipped back in 2011, his wife who worked for Burisma died, just dropped dead apparently this morning. No, not a whole lot of details about it yet, but she was planning on testifying, or at least had said she would.
But drop the tapes. What's preventing you from not doing it at this point?
Well, the report itself is not even classified, but the FBI won't surrender it to the public.
Right.
Right, which is, I don't think, legal.
It's not legal. And there's redactions that are still in this, even though they've asked for it to be without redactions. And nothing is happening. Nothing is happening with any of this shit.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the only thing to do at this point is vote for a Republican president and see if they have the balls to do anything about any of this stuff, to fire literally everybody at the FBI from the top all the way to the bottom. Fire everybody at the IRS because they've been targeting people as well.
Yep.
Fire everybody that's in the head of any kind of fucking intelligence service that we have. And if whatever person's running for president on the Republican side doesn't commit to doing those things, then fuck them.
Yep.
Right? I mean, just sit back, buy some chickens and some goats and shit, and plant some food maybe, and get ready for fucking war, because this is all completely fucked at this point. We're not even a real country anymore.
We're not a real country anymore, and it's pretty much just sit in the backyard and stare off into the fucking distance because nothing's going to happen with any of this shit.
I mean, how bad can it get and people do nothing? So we know that the Biden family's corrupt as fuck. We have multiple people willing to testify to that fact, and then one of the top ones, just drops it. Well, we have a foreign person who was the head of the company that Hunter was using to leverage his father's influence, saying, I have recordings of them admitting this stuff. And here's a report to that effect. The FBI has it. They know that it's real, right? And one refused to surrender it, refused for months to even admit it was real, until they were finally forced to, refused to surrender it, refused to investigate the case in the first goddamn place. Like, this is not a real country.
No, it's not a real country. You can go back to the laptop right before the election. That didn't exist, wasn't a real thing. Well, now it is. Everybody has it. We've already seen all the contents on it all over fucking Twitter over and over and over again. Go back to 2016 with the fucking emails and the broken Blackberries and bleaching the fucking...
No, not literal bleach.
Yeah.
It's BleachBit is an app
right.
that fucking terminates any kind of...
But that's what I'm saying. You're bleaching out every file you have, but everybody knows what you did already. Everybody knows what that is, how you did it, and why. Zero indictments in this. You have everything you could possibly want, and nothing has happened and nothing will happen. And then in the meantime, your top thing that you were going after yesterday is what we were talking about the censure of the thing and trying to find another politician. That should be number 5,189 on your list of things to go after right now if you're a serious party.
Like, you're going to fine one of your political rivals for lying.
Have him arrested. I
mean, it's you're a politician. You're
Jesus
a fucking
Christ.
liar too.
Yes,
you know
dude.
What I mean?
Yes.
It's like handing out speeding tickets at the Indy 500.
Yeah, and that should be like 5,189 on your list of things to do. This should probably be at the top, and nothing's going to happen with any of this bullshit. So I don't really care. Next up is RFK for real. RFK Jr. for real. Obviously, the elder is dead. R.I.P.
Maybe.
He didn't make it. I was there. I got to see his little body chalked out. I was at the building where he was murked. and that was fun.
You had just moved to LA, right?
Yeah, I was not even close, Bob. Not even close. And we shot a movie there, actually, and then they fucking tore it down. President Biden is almost certain to be the Democratic pick, obviously, for the president in 2024. But he might not win the first two contests of the primary season if they're in the traditional first-to-vote states of Iowa and New Hampshire, a scenario that seems increasingly likely. Democrats in Iowa and New Hampshire could defy Biden and move ahead with their contest, even as the party warns it will strip them of their national convention delegates if they jump the gun. It sets up a scenario in which RFK Jr. or another long-shot Democrat could win those states and embarrass the president. Again, with this too, like, I think it would happen. And I think RFK, if you look at the numbers, RFK Jr., he's gaining steam in all of this shit. And I think there is a young population that's behind him because, let's face it, they don't give a fuck about an 89-year-old man or however old Biden is. And just remembering back correctly with, was it Bernie in 2016?
I don't think RFK's age plays into it.
It does, no, not at all.
I mean, I don't think it's not like he's the young, hot, like alternative. He's
But
69.
if you look at him next to Joe Biden, it looks like his fucking grandson. I mean, it's nuts, dude. RFK Jr. still holds up. Whatever's in those Kennedy genes, whatever adrenochrome or shit that they've been pumping full of that
Toddler
whole
blood,
family.
yeah.
I mean, he looks great. He was shit. He was just on Rogan today.
Yeah, but it's not. I don't think his popularity has anything to do with their respective ages. I think it's about he's a populist and Biden is a fucking is a globalist.
Yes,
right?
correct. And I think people like it. I think people like some of his ideas. We're trying to get him back on the show. We told you this before. It was canceled in 2020 because it was just too hot to handle. They were banning shows outright for having him on the show talking about the vaccinations and shit. So we're working on getting him back on the show. But with that, he's been going after Fauci religiously, hasn't given up on that. I know Theo Vaughn just posted a clip, and we reposted it again on our feed as well. He's going after the CIA. He's going after some right issues as well in this. And I think it could also pull some people independent-wise who have not made up their mind into voting for him because they're looking at what's going on and they're like, well, fuck it. How bad can it get at this point?
The only way that he can really make a dent in the primary season, though, is if he's speaking directly to black voters. Like you recall in 2020, Biden was losing the nomination process until they got to South Carolina, and the black delegate kind of bailed him out there. That's going to be the same here. I don't know what, if anything, RFK Jr. is doing to speak to that community, but unless he can grab the black community in several states, none of this will fucking matter.
No.
So.
No, I mean, it's...
And by the way, the DNC can run their whole campaign season. They can vote on whatever the fuck they want, or the vote can go however it wants. The voters, Democratic voters, can do whatever they want, but the DNC can fucking nullify all that and just say, you know what, we're not picking them.
Yeah.
That is not illegal. It might be unethical, but that's the way the fucking two-party nomination process works. The Republicans do the same goddamn thing.
It's going to happen to him as well, so don't get your hopes up with this one. I do enjoy the sound bites and clips that are coming out about him because it's just so far from what we've seen out of somebody on the left in a long time.
From RFK Jr.?
Yeah. So like the clips that are coming out and the interviews he's doing, it's fun because he's saying shit that a traditional candidate wouldn't say. I'm interested to see how far this goes. The other part about it is, and I was reading this right when we finished Ross Passion Revolution. I don't know if you overheard it or not, but the odds actually came out on mybookie.com. Promo code Drinkin Bros will double that deposit up to $1,000 if you want to bet on it. The presidential odds just dropped like an hour ago, and it's Biden at plus 150, Trump at plus 250, DeSantis at plus 400, which is essentially 4-1 for people who don't gamble out there, and then Gavin Newsom was at fourth at plus 4,000. Now, why would he be at fourth on this? Because Vegas always knows
I have no idea. That's stupid to me.
Vegas knows way more than we know.
Plus, well,
Wouldn't you have put RFK Jr. ahead of that? He's already polling at 22%.
Yeah, 40 to 1 is not great odds, though. I mean, they're just trying to get money from empathetic, or not empathetic, but emotional people.
Maybe,
that's a heart bet some fucking dumb liberals are going to make.
Why?
He's going to run. He's running for Senate. He's not going to run for president.
Also, like it's the same thing when they put the Rock on there. So they can make a couple $100 by just writing a line Rock plus 100,000.
Yeah, I think the Rock was like 8,500.
Right. I understand it. I'm with you.
I'm dropping 20 on the Rock. You just gave somebody $20.
But if you're trying to bet and get some money off of this, why isn't RFK Jr. in your top 4 out of Vegas?
Because he has less support than Bernie Sanders had at this point. And look at how bad, and he's a controversial figure. Bernie Sanders really isn't. Look at how hard in 2 consecutive elections the DNC not even pretended to hide the fact that they were butt fucking him, right? So,
yeah.
So the Vegas knows that the DNC will never let RFK Jr. get the nomination.
So hear me out on this. Are you saying then if Biden dies tomorrow, which is a possibility, every day for that guy because of his age is a possibility. He could fucking fall down the stairs again, and then finally it would be over. Are you saying if it was RFK Jr. versus Gavin Newsom, you think the DNC would pick Newsom?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And that's what Vegas thinks as well, probably. I'm just trying to understand these odds.
Maybe, yeah, but I don't think Newsom is going to be the one running for president. I think he's going to run for Senate.
No, but this is, if you're looking at it from just straight gambling, this is obviously based on if Biden dies tomorrow, who that 4th pick is. They would chuck RFK Jr. out of the way and put Newsom in. I agree with you. And I think that's exactly what would happen.
No, they wouldn't put Newsom in, though. It would be Hakeem Jeffries or somebody like that. Would not be Newsom.
Ooh, I'd say Newsom. I think Vegas is right on this.
Nope.
Yeah.
Newsom is too controversial of a figure.
I don't know if he is, man. You get 40 million people in California to believe in this bullshit?
So the California both houses of the California legislature have now voted on that amendment to make it a crime to not affirm your own child's gender choices, right? So it's just headed to the governor's desk at this point, and he's going to sign it. Like, that shit will not play nationally. Even in Virginia, which has been a purple state for a very long time, when that bullshit went down in Loudoun County, just that one county and some moms going to the fucking school board meetings overturned that fucking sent Terry McAuliffe packing, right? That's all it took. The DNC is not stupid. Like, they've got their agenda and they got their people, and maybe at some point when there's a little distance between Newsom and that bullshit, like when he's in the Senate, and he's only talking about, like, they're going to move him to the Senate, and he's going to focus on foreign policy, and then he's going to come out in 28 talking about his foreign policy chops. That, I promise you, that's what's going to happen, and he will be the one running for president in 2028.
Okay.
I would guess if they had to shove someone in, it's either they punt and send Kamala, or maybe they go with like Jay Inslee.
Maybe Inslee, but I think it would be Hakeem Jeffries, because he actually has a shot at winning. He's pretty popular on the left. And he's a fucking puppet for the DNC, just like every other politician is for their party. But he's not nearly as crazy. And maybe Inslee is a vice president, but they won't run Kamala Harris as president because the defeat would be so bad.
Yep.
It would set them back, and I don't think they want that.
What would happen if RFK Jr. ran against Kamala and you had the numbers?
She would get annihilated, right? But I mean, that doesn't matter to the DNC.
So even if they win the primaries, do they have the right to pick at the end of it?
Yeah.
They do?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
there's no like law that says how the parties are allowed to designate their candidates. And even then, when it comes to the actual federal election, the presidential, not the primaries are completely controlled by, I mean, there's some state law in there, but they're completely controlled by the parties themselves. The only thing the states really have the ability to do in the primaries is general voting regulation, and then whether it is an open primary or a closed primary, which means if you're registered Republican, you can only vote for Republicans. But if it's an open primary, you can vote for whomever. Like Texas is open primary.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm just trying to figure this out. So just in a weird hypothetical here, if let's say RFK Jr. beats Biden in the primary somehow, let's just say that happens. when it goes to the DNC at the end, the DNC would be like, no, that's the sitting president.
They can fire fire's not the right word, but they can essentially what they're threatening to do to Iowa right now, which is fire you as a delegate, as a national delegate, replace you with somebody else who will vote the way they want you to vote.
No way.
Yeah, there's no law or regulation about any of this stuff.
Well, then, isn't this a dictatorship at this point? I mean, that's kind of what it feels like. I know Fox got made fun of the other day for posting that. It's what it's starting to feel like.
I mean, if you walk up to a building or you're inside a room, let's say you're inside a room and there's two doors and one says hell and the other one says hell too. Is that a choice? I mean, technically there is a choice, right?
Yeah, I guess.
But that's
so.
what we do in the West. We create the illusion of choice. It's like the fucking Matrix, right? When they made, think about that conversation. I think it's in the second Matrix movie that Neo has with the architect in that room. And he said the first versions of the Matrix we made were utopias, but human beings rejected the programming. They wouldn't believe it unless there's even the illusion of a choice in there. Then they'll just go back to eating their Hot Pockets and watching fucking TV on their iPad.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what the American system of government is.
It's so wild to me because I got some friends who were big Bernie supporters, and I was talking to them about it the other day, and they were like, man, none of this would have happened if they would have let Bernie in. And I was like, you know what? You're right. I think he would have won. I think he even would have won this last one, right?
It's hard to say for sure, but my brain tells me that there are a lot of Bernie bros out there who either didn't vote or voted for Trump just to say fuck you to Hillary Clinton and the DNC. I think more than anything else, the culture war stuff, the fact that Trump was a populist, the fact that he's funny, talking shit to Hillary, the fact that people generally dislike Hillary. I think more than any of that stuff, the big swing was pissing off all the Bernie supporters.
I did too, yeah. I did too.
Because right now they're the ones, and we may see a replay of that in 24 as well, because they're the ones that have been getting promised that their student loans are getting fucking wiped out.
Yeah.
None of that shit's happening. None of that shit. As a matter of fact, all those dickholes, 10 or 12,000 each from Google and Facebook have been laid off in the last couple of fucking months, right?
Yeah.
Last 6 months. They are not a happy group of folks right now. So it could happen again, right? But
it's kind of what this is starting to feel like. This is starting to feel like the new Bernie, this guy.
maybe, yeah. And if it is like that, I mean, certainly whomever. I don't know if it's going to benefit Trump that much if he becomes the candidate, because
I'm just talking about on the left right now.
I know, but like the end result of all that was that the people who are left-leaning libertarians, for example, who didn't want to vote for the Libertarian Party, or people who were just populists in general who are center-left, quite a few of them definitely went over to vote for Trump. I don't know that they'll do that again, because now there's some baggage attached to that. Mm-hmm. But if it's DeSantis, good chance that he would benefit from that same dynamic, which, I mean, huge mistake by the DNC, but they think they know everything.
Yeah, we'll find out. But keep an eye out for him. It's slowly starting to gain steam in the background. And I know people were amped about this Rogan interview today. It just dropped an hour ago, so I haven't listened to it. We've been on all day. But we do have some sponsors to put the shit wagon on the air. First and foremost, ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. Half off the bundle package right now. Dingit, it's the adjustable base and the mattress combined together. The most popular version is the Split King. Comes with 2 remote controls instead of 1. You control your own destiny. It's not like the DNC. They wouldn't offer a Split King over there. You get one choice and one choice only. This you get 2. And that's what GhostBed does for you, okay? They don't care. All right? Now, if you have the adjustable base and you just want a mattress, you're getting 40% off right now and 2 free luxury pillows with it. The pillows are just as good as the goddamn mattress. I can promise you that. They've also got beds for RVs. We got a lot of listeners who travel throughout the land over the summer with their kids, which is a fucking blast. I would love to have one, man. It's expensive as shit. Jesse's, my wife's father bought one. It's like fucking $85,000, that goddamn thing. I'd love to have one, but apparently they all come with shitty mattresses. So GhostBed got involved. They've got mattresses for RVs, so if you want that, go and grab those.
And hopefully those dog beds are coming soon, too, because we got a lot of Latinx folks coming over, and we need
do. A lot of tinksers.
I'm just going to clear out a whole room in my house and just put little circular dog beds all over the place.
Yeah.
And then maybe like a number on each one.
Because
I'm not going to learn full on Spanish.
No.
I'll learn the numbers.
Just a tripwire.
And I'm going to start calling them by the numbers.
Yeah. Uno, dos, tres.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then just a tripwire when the dogs walk in that plays. I think that would be fun for the dogs and for you. And then that way you also know the dogs are coming.
LatinksDogBeds.com.
Yeah. .com.
/Drinkin Bros. Look it up, bitch.
But when you check out at ghostbed.com /Drinkin Bros, you're going to see a 3-year pay-as-you-go program. No interest as long as you have decent credit. Check that box, and all the deals that I mentioned are applicable with that. They don't have a choice. So if you want to get 50 fucking mattresses and open up an Airbnb in Boise, you're getting 40% off the mattresses, and they're going to have to give you all those fucking free pillows as well. So take advantage of it. Exploit them. They're going to offer this kind of deals. I say bankrupt them. Not my fucking company. Go to ghostbed.com /Drinkin Bros today. Next up. White House press secretary violated the Hatch Act. Oh, boy. Whenever her name pops up, one, I hate her, and I hate to see it, too. I can never pronounce it. But White House press secretary Karine Jean-Pierre, who's the first African-American and lesbian. Do you know that?
I don't care.
Yeah.
And neither does anybody else.
They care.
Did you hear? So
Biden announced that to everybody. Somebody was amped about it during
somebody ran an article the other day. And it's like Congress has like this intramural softball game or some bullshit.
Uh-huh.
It was like
Baseball, actually.
Was it
yeah.
baseball? It's like the first black woman ever played in the fucking congressional baseball game. Who fucking cares, man?
She's the Satchel Paige of it.
Damn it.
Trey Wetzel hit me up last night. He said, "Hey, are you guys gambling on this on MyBookie?" And I was like, "Is there odds on this? It wasn't that where Scalise got shot, Bob?
Yeah.
Am I?"
Yeah.
He was practicing for it. Yeah.
He was practicing for it. Okay.
That game, by the way, is not legitimate until they make like Chuck Grassley and Mitch McConnell play.
I agree.
Like they need the oldest motherfuckers have to be.
So we got to go back
game.
to like Little League rules where everybody's got to play like
Yes.
at least one inning.
Yes.
Yeah.
One at bat, one inning per game.
Could you imagine old ass Chuck Grassley out there trying to play?
Yeah.
I mean, what if it was
Delco couldn't make it through a softball
what if it was
game.
Lindsey Graham? He would just lick the bat knob and sit on it, probably,
No.
right?
Oh.
Oops.
Ooh.
Oops.
I'm not gay. I'm from Atlanta.
Did somebody call a doctor?
They all got to get in there.
Oh, fuck.
We need to get AI to fucking make that where look it's Lindsey Graham licking a bat knob and then trying to sit on it.
Oops. Whoopsies. Don't call a paramedic until after I come. Karine Jean-Luc Picard violated a law intended to prevent federal employees from using their offices to influence elections when she repeatedly referred to MAGA Republicans in the run-up to the 2022 midterms, a government watchdog agency said. In a letter first shared with NBC News, the Office of Special Counsel determined that Jean-Luc Picard's choice of words in referring to Republican candidates indeed did violate the Hatch Act because Ms. Jean-Pierre made the statements while acting in her official capacity. She violated the Hatch Act prohibition against using her official authority or influence for the purpose of interfering with or affecting the result of an election. And there's a special agency for the Hatch Act unit. Is that real too? We're paying all these people for this bullshit, dude? I mean, I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah. Despite having, I mean, it's I would guess inside of OPM, Office of Personnel Management, it's like a organization that oversees all federal employees. Like it's an HR department for federal employees, essentially. Mm-hmm. So they're probably the ones that do it. But their statement was, despite having found Jean-Pierre in violation of the law, the Office of Special Counsel, quote, decided to close this matter without further action.
Yep.
Noting that the White House counsel's office did not, at the time, believe that Ms. Jean-Pierre's remarks were prohibited. Well, they were, and she's in violation, so she should be fined and terminated from federal service forever.
Fired.
Like barred forever from federal. That's supposed to be the penalty for this.
It's supposed to be. And again, I'll go back to what I said at the top of the show.
Oh, excuse me.
It
I'm
does
sorry.
not matter.
It's 5 years, so she would be barred from federal service for 5 years.
Right.
But so we're spending money on this organization, and then we're spending money on a cutout inside the organization specifically to do this. Mm-hmm. And then someone like one of the top people who could the only person above her in the administration that could violate this is like a department or agency head, one of those two, right? Mm-hmm. So like DHS or CIA or the DNI or somebody like that, or FBI, or the chief of staff. Those are the only. There's like 8 people higher on the rung than her that could have violated this. So it's like, whatever.
None of it matters.
No,
it's like same with what I said at the top of the show.
She broke the law, but fuck it.
Yeah.
We don't feel like doing nothing.
She did a press conference yesterday. Nothing matters, dude. We're in a fucking dictatorship at this point, and nothing's going to be done. And we're spending millions of dollars on these fucking bullshit organizations to watch it, study it, have a hearing about it, whatever the fuck they're doing, and nothing happens anyways. No. So what does it all matter? Like any of it. I mean, good for them. I'll say this. The Democrats definitely won. You're above the law. You've broken every fucking law possible, arrested the other party, arrested the top political candidate from another party multiple times for the same shit that you've literally done. And it doesn't matter, dude. I mean, they've beat the system all the way around. It's a fucking full-on dictatorship. This bitch will be out there saying some stupid shit this afternoon. She's the dumbest person ever. Next to Fetterman. And even then, I still want to see an IQ test. I want to see this woman go up against Fetterman in an IQ test. Just give me the number at the end. I might lean towards Fetterman right now. She's the dumbest fucking diversity hire of all goddamn time, just so he could say, in his own words, I am the first person to hire an African-American lesbian fucking, 80 other adjectives on top of that person to this job that she's not qualified for. And nothing's going to happen with any of it. Nothing. I think she'll be on in 2 hours saying some dumb shit.
We got to take this to the extreme. Like, let's say I get elected president, right?
Which many people have called for.
I'm only nominating super niche people, right?
Okay.
Like no arms, no legs.
Oh, that'd be great. What do you call those? Rolos?
I don't know.
Would you call it a Rolo just because that's the only thing you can kind of do there?
It's like a satchel. Just put a handle
torso?
on the back.
Yeah, like a handbag.
Let's carry them around.
A carry-on.
Yeah, I mean that's all I can think of. Or like I'm the first person to ever nominate a horse.
Yeah,
motherfucker.
I got me a goddamn 3-legged horse who's transgendered, and
And somebody's just rubbing peanut butter up under the horse's gums, so he keep doing that, and then it's just somebody doing a voice. It's Morgan Freeman doing a voiceover, doing the horse's voice.
There we are. There's the Hatch Act. Nothing's gonna happen here. Yeah, with this, man. I mean, you're out of superlatives. Whatever the fuck you're calling it. Like, fuck, man. Everybody wants to be the first at something. Even that Sam Smith guy we were talking about earlier, before the show came on. You remember he got up when he won the Grammy? He was like, "I'm the first openly gay singer to win the New Artist Award." And everybody's like, "Motherfucker, do you know how many gay people have sang over the years?" And go back to Freddie Mercury. I mean, Jesus Christ, bro. But with this, nothing's going to happen. Nothing has happened. Instead, they wanted to focus on the Schiff bullshit yesterday. It doesn't matter. Like, they won. They've beaten everyone. And the Republicans seem cool with it. So they deserve this bullshit. And again, set your watch to it. She'll say some dumb shit in about 2 hours. Not going to fucking change anything. So who cares, I guess? Who cares about any of this anymore? Why spend the money? Just start cutting these agencies then. Like a Hatch Act agency. Hey, you brought back what you were supposed to bring back and then nothing happened. Then what do you say to them? Who is the head of this fucking thing? Anna Galdino Marone?
Sure.
Come on, man. And there's a hyphen in there, of course, because why wouldn't there be? She wasn't cucking her husband. I mean, what is she getting paid for? And then what do you go back and do once you turn in your vanilla envelope?
Like, Manila,
whatever, dude.
That's why I left DHS in the first place.
I just don't get it, dude. What do you do? Hey, you did your job and you turned in the thing. Cool. What happened? Nothing. Awesome, man. So do I still get to keep working here? Well, yeah, because I mean, there's going to be something else. No, there's not. Your job is meaningless. All of these government jobs are meaningless. Every law has now been broken in office, and it doesn't fucking matter.
What if I got elected and I said I'm only going to nominate white people, straight white people?
Well, I think David Duke tried that.
No. So Biden for
straight whites
for multiple positions inside the federal government, including his nomination for Supreme Court, Jackson. Jimmy Jackson.
Another fucking
Ketanji.
name no one can pronounce.
Ketanji, whatever the fuck her stupid name is. He explicitly said ahead of time that he was going to pick a woman and a woman of color for
Correct.
that, right?
Yep.
So I'm just going to say, look, I'm only picking white people, all right? Because I'm white. That's how it works. Sorry. If you want to win something, put somebody in, that's up to you. But I want white people only.
Yeah.
No,
That's
start
not going
playing
to...
Nazi war propaganda or something and just push it to an absurd extreme to see what they'll say and be like, well, you guys said that you were only going to hire somebody based on their fucking skin color and their gender.
Yeah.
Right? Which is, a violation of federal law. So if you're going to do it, either charge Biden with that, right? And then get that woman off the Supreme Court because he's a fucking muppet that refuses to define what a woman is. Or let's just do this. Let's get weird, man.
I think you have to.
But I'm
at this
only
point.
picking the weirdest white people. I'm going wild and wonderful whites of West Virginia. Jesco White is my fucking Secretary of Defense. And he's just fucking playing a goddamn jug.
Why not? At this point, who fucking cares?
I don't know.
Like, who fucking cares at this point? I want to see the wildest shit ever go down over the next year. Like, for real, at this point, because nobody's getting arrested for anything. There's no fucking checks and balances. Like, let's just get fucking weird with this
Think of
shit.
it like this. You're at like a fucking July 4th parade, but it sucks. Don't you want to see like somebody get trampled by Clydesdales?
Yeah.
Or something.
Or
Please,
an
can
arm
something
blown off?
happen? An arm blown off by the fireworks, a large fire, right? Something crazy. If it's all fucked up anyways, let's get weird.
I remember, so last year, this is a true story. Bob, this happened at Dreamland, which is very close to where you live. We took the kids out with another family for the 4th of July thing. And it was set up on the back of this truck. And I was like, man, that looks like it's going to go horrifically wrong. Have they ever done this before? The answer was no. And I was like, oh my God. I stayed to watch this thing explode and the fire department come. And that's exactly what happened. That's what I want to happen for 2024. I want to see the fireworks. I want to see things burn down. I want to see all of it burn to the ground. And I just want to stand there and laugh with a drink in my hand. Just a cold, hard AF seltzer while it all burns down. Because we're heading towards it right now. But congratulations to everybody who works on the Hatch Act and that department that's made up and all the jobs that you've done and whatever salary that pays. I wish we could find this girl's salary. This fucking Anna Galdino Marone
You
chick.
can look up her salary, yeah.
Bob, can you look up Anna Galindo Marone's salary here?
Somebody in the
She is the head of the Hatch Act unit.
somebody that works for the federal government right now could look it up just by looking up just look her up in the global index, the email index. You can see what her GS rating is, and you can tell what she's making based on that.
Do you think that she's just laughing, or do you think she's just like, holy shit, man? The jig is up. They're gonna know I can't do this. I can't do this job. They don't need me anymore.
I wonder how people feel about that. I know how I felt. I was in a position where we were collecting intelligence and building cases and handing them over to ICE, and they were just like, all right, cool, man. We're not doing anything, but good luck.
Would they at least say that to you?
Oh, yeah. They told
they
us straight
would.
up that they're not taking anything to court. Yeah.
I bet you. This would have to have happened.
She makes about 170 grand.
God damn it. Are you serious? And she didn't do anything.
In 2021, she made $172,000.
Fuck me, dude. For nothing.
Imagine like you're getting paid $170K a year just to show up and be like, yeah, we checked it out, but we ain't doing shit. Fuck you. I mean, that's the only way to go about it. You just got to get super aggressive about how you're not. It's like a specialist in the military, but they're like 3 months from getting out, and you can't. That person is one of the most dangerous people on earth because you cannot control them. They've got a lot of information, a lot of training, a lot of experience, but they're a complete wild card. You know what I mean? That's how I would act in that situation.
Fuck, dude, $170K to be on this one committee. You have one job. You did the job, and then they just said no. No, thanks. Is it freeing though? I wonder too, where it's just like, well, shit. I can just kind of coast and watch porn all day. Then I don't really need to go back through all these.
We should hit her
speeches.
up. I mean, you could look up her email address and email her and ask her what kind of porn she watches, and then ask her if she would like you to make her some. If she has any requests, that's what I usually ask.
Sure.
Because the request could be to stop emailing me, which
Yeah.
is fine, and I will stop if you ask me to do that. But if you have specific porn requests, I'll make them for you.
And we'll make them. We'll make you a playlist.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. Man, this is wild. Next up, our sponsors, bubsnaturals.com. You're going to get 20% off there with the promo code Drinkin Bros at checkout. Best collagen on the planet. Bubs is truly unflavored, exceedingly soluble, and better than all the other guys. Per serving, 20 grams of protein, 7 essential amino acids, 1 single ingredient. Look, we all take collagen protein. Anybody past the age of 30 probably does every single morning. It's essential for joint health, muscle recovery, gut health, all that stuff. They've also got MCT oil powder, which is great. It'll be your new favorite functional coffee creamer. Just throw a couple scoops in the morning and you're good to go. You don't really have to think about it at that point. And their apple cider, their vinegar gummies are amazing. Take 2 of those in the morning. You're good to go to start your day. If you don't know what bubsnaturals.com is or where it came from, it was named after Glenn Bub Doherty, Navy SEAL, who laid down his life while saving Americans in Benghazi. Glenn's call sign in the Navy was Bub. And the Glenn Bub Doherty Foundation is something that was started in his honor, and Bubs actually donates 10% of all profits to the Glenn Doherty Memorial Foundation. And on Veterans Day, 100% of the proceeds go to the Glenn Doherty Foundation. All you got to do is go to bubsnaturals.com, use promo code Drinkin Bros for 20% off there. Collagen protein, MCT oil powder. Again, we're all taking this shit every morning. Get it from a company that supports veterans rather than GNC or whatever bullshit is out there. Next up, U.S. intelligence is purchasing private personal data. Surprise, surprise. Anthony, you shocked by that? Because I'm not.
Oh, yeah.
The U.S. government is buying personal information, including location data, from commercial data brokers, and it may be worse than we knew. I don't think it is. So I don't know about you. When you open up your phone, do you sometimes see the blue arrow? I know you've got an iPhone. Do you sometimes see the blue arrow on for the location tracker, and then it'll just pop off real quick? I see that a lot on mine, and it's happening more and more where it's just like, dude, I've got all that shit turned off. And it's popping up. So, yes, either China's stealing it or our own government is stealing it. And I probably lean that it's both, right?
Sure, yeah. I mean, this is one of those letter of the law versus spirit of the law situations because technically it's not illegal for the government to buy metadata, right, including location data and stuff like that. But the reason that, due process is required, the reason that warrants are required, even if they're in the shady FISA courts, is to prevent stuff like this from happening. Like, that's the literal point of the law, and they're just using this to get around the actual point. You know what I mean? It's not great. Not surprising, though. I mean, we've been reporting information to the government for 25 years now.
No.
Through social media and shit like that. So, not surprised by this. I mean, the government, when I was working for Homeland Security, we subscribed to all the same databases that ordinary civilian private investigators subscribe to, right? So in that way, I guess you're buying access to some data, but location data is a problem. Like, that's a problem.
Oh, for sure. I know where you are every single second of the day. And this report, by the way, was actually in the Wall Street Journal. And I don't even know if the media matters anymore. Like, does the media even matter anymore?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because, I mean, if the Wall Street Journal is able to put this out, and they're pretty left, right?
No.
They're
center right.
Are they?
Yeah, they're not lefty at all.
I mean, but with this, this isn't doing anything. I don't know that anybody's reading the New York Times anymore. I don't know that anybody's doing any of this shit. Like,
well, the only way. So yeah, the Washington Post has exposed some stuff recently.
Yeah.
But the only time as well, and they are a left-leaning organization. So there are, even from time to time, with more slanted organizations. I think Wall Street Journal is more down the middle. But even with more
news, they're down the middle. Op-ed, editorial, they're center
but that's
right,
like everybody's op-eds. You should never read an op-ed
ever. Whenever it says opinion at the top,
even the ones that I write, you shouldn't read them.
No.
But anyways, it's even when they do report on, like, the point of reporting on it is, I guess, to let people in the public know, but the people have no apparatus by which they feel they can address this stuff with the legislature anymore, right? Like, do you feel do you feel like if some bombshell thing got exposed, and who's our Congressman, Chip Roy? I think in our district,
Big Dick Chip. Nobody calls.
What's you and you call his office, be like, hey, this fucking shit happened. You guys need to do something about it. What are the chances that something's going to get done? Approximately fucking dick.
Nothing.
There's not one fucking prayer. So no, the media only matters in the same way that a production line only matters if people buy the product, and nobody's buying the product anymore because they don't feel like the product serves them in any way. So information is something that we use to squabble with ourselves about amongst ourselves at this lower level, but it never fucking reaches a critical mass where action takes place at the higher level.
Right. And that's my frustration with like pretty much the entirety of today's show thus far is we know all this horrific shit is going on out there, but nothing's being done about it. Nothing. And you're right. I couldn't call my fucking state rep and be like, oh, please do something. And be like, cool, man.
When members of any legislature, whether it's state or federal, or I guess even a city council, when they're more worried about not pissing off their party and their donors, because that's what it really takes to get elected, than they are of the people and what they think, then that's not a democratic process anymore.
No.
It's that the democratic part of our government is completely fake. It's not real.
Right.
So I don't think we're in a dictatorship. It's more like...
Well, it's not a democracy.
Well, it's never been a democracy, but it's supposed to be a constitutional republic. But what it really is feudalism, right? Like there's an aristocratic class that owns everything, and they kind of fucking let us leech off them a little bit. That's essentially what we're doing now.
It's finally our turn at the tit. And, we're just a bunch of newborn kittens, and it's like, oh, when's our turn on the tit? Can I get a turn on the tit for a little bit? I just want to put a little titty in my mouth.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all we are.
And this is a bombshell news report. It really is, because when questioned about it, the ODNI, Director of National Intelligence, paints a picture of the government just indiscriminately sucking up whatever data it can get its hands on. Everything, location data, anything you posted on the internet, any purchases you made. And then in the recommendations that it writes in this report that got released, urges the U.S. intelligence community to catalog how it's using the data, something it calls, quote, a complex undertaking that require carefully reviewing things like procurement contracts. The IC cannot understand and improve how it deals with this information unless and until it knows what it's actually doing with the information. Now, the biggest problem and why this is a bombshell, in my opinion, is despite companies' assurances that the data they collect can't be tied to you. So when you see that little subtext or the fine print that says we don't share data, they're fucking lying.
Yeah.
Every single company that says that is lying to you. And if you this is what geospatial intelligence is. So one piece of intelligence is just one fact, and it only exists in one place and for one moment in time, right? But if you think 3 or even 4 dimensionally, if you want to include time, that's geospatial intelligence. So now I've got a dossier of information where instead of just knowing something that happened, I can now tell what's going to happen in the future. And by funneling up all of this information from all these different sources, they build a fucking map of your life, right? And building a map, it's still anonymized data at this point. But once you build a map, all you need is one critical part, like a fucking license plate number or a phone number attached to something you did or something like that that's associated with a separate record you have, and now you've de-anonymized, right? Now you know exactly who that fucking person is, and you are bypassing the law and spying on American citizens. That's what's happening every single day here.
And what's being done about it? Zero.
It's hanging out.
Zero.
Just
I mean, nothing.
hanging out.
Nothing's being done. So I don't know that the media matters. The Wall Street Journal, good on you for trying it out here, but nothing really matters here. I mean, fuck. They're gonna keep stealing your shit, looking at it, probably even fucking your wife. And you don't even know.
Well, I mean, there's a story in here about a guy fucking his dog.
No, I can't wait for that one. That at least seems normal to me than the rest of this shit. That's
Well, he was at Penn State, which is
Well, even better.
It
The dog
does.
named Sandusky? Or?
It checks out. Yeah.
Yeah, sure does.
They got some issues up there.
Sure does. Up next, Whitey done 1-1, though.
Say that again.
Whitey done 1-1. Big fan of that. Big fan of that headline, by the way. You knocked it out of the park.
I was really high when I wrote this last night.
Oh, I loved it. A jury on Monday found in favor of former Starbucks regional director Shannon Phillips, who sued the company for wrongfully firing her, claiming she was terminated for being white. Phillips, who worked for Starbucks for about 13 years, Jesus, man, I should have gave her money just for doing that, and managed a region of stores in the area, was fired after the arrest of 2 black men at a Philadelphia Starbucks in April of 2018. The New Jersey jury returned a verdict of $25.6 million, including $25 million for punitive damages and $600,000 in compensatory damages. According to Consul Matachi Law, which represents Phillips, the jury ruled unanimously after a 6-day trial, the lawyer said, noting that Phillips will also be seeking back and front pay.
I don't know what front pay is.
I don't either,
That's
but I like
mariachi
it.
is how you say that word.
Is it really?
Yeah. There's letters in there that you just completely skipped.
Who gives a shit? That's super fucking Italian.
This is fun, though.
It is fun. So I didn't think anything was going to happen with this goddamn thing. Do you think they took this pro bono? His homegirl couldn't afford this.
Sure, yeah. They definitely took it pro bono.
Starbucks said it was disappointed in the decision and is evaluating its next steps. This week's verdict is the latest development in an incident that has sparked protests and outrage. In 2018, the 2 men that were asked to leave the coffee shop after sitting at a table without ordering anything, which we all remember, that was in Delco. That was in your neck of the woods up there. The men who declined to leave because they were waiting for a business associate were escorted out of the coffee shop in handcuffs after a store manager called the police on them.
You can't buy like a bottle of water or a $3 cup of coffee for sitting in their fucking space.
Look,
you piece of shit.
I do, but I'm not most people, I guess. They later reached a settlement agreement with Starbucks and the city because they were waiting for the business associate. I think it was $1, right, if I remember correctly. I think they did $1 and gave it back or something like that. But the back and forth over this has been going on for 5 years at this point.
Yeah. So Starbucks lost both cases.
Yep, they lost both of those.
So I guess it wasn't just Whitey that done 1-1.
No, and I wonder if you're going to see more and more suits like this pop up for people being fired just because they're whites at this point. I know there was one at University of Georgia years ago. There used to be this thing called the Hope Scholarship in Georgia. I think it's done now. But it was, if you got a 3.0, they would pay for your first year of college. If you maintained it, second year, third year, and so on. Homegirl had checked the wrong box and of her race there. And when they found out she was white, they were like, you can't have this. So they sued, and she won. I wonder if there's going to be more white verdicts like this. We'll see. But if so, just know this. If another story pops up, can you do Whitey done 1-1 again, please?
Oh, yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah, I don't know why that even popped into my head. I was really high. Yeah.
I'm just a big fan of Whitey done 1-1. And I feel like that's Denver's theme song at the parade today. They're having the Nuggets parade today, and the Joker's pretty fucked up on stage.
Yeah, he just wants to get home and ride horses.
I think he screamed out. We were watching it before you walked in today. I think he screamed out, "Oh shit, parades are pretty fucking fun after all," or something like that. So, who knows?
Yeah, it's like your friend who doesn't really want to go out, but when he's
out, he's
like, all right.
He's going bug fuck out there, isn't he? Man, stinky wiener sauce. We just got $5 from Scotty Riley, the honorable dirtbag.
Is he trying to buy cum or something?
Not sure, but for $5, we'll say it live on air. That's fine. We don't really give a shit here. That's awesome. Next up is Ketone IQ. Shit, I just threw my empty bottle away. I drink a shot of this before every single fucking show. You got it right there? Pop that single on down. There it is. Boom. One shot is all you need, dude. Brain fuel. Gets you up and going, up and at 'em, dude. That is hvmn.com. Promo code Drinkin Bros is going to get you 20% off there. Huge fan of these guys. I mean, we are fucking goddamn near outs here.
Why they done won,
Why they done won, man?
That's how it sounds in my head.
Mine, it's in a black voice.
Okay.
Oh, look at that. Why you done won? I'm sure Ketone IQ is going to be amped about this, but you can find Ketone IQ at hvmn.com and use the promo code Drinkin Bros at checkout to save you 20% off. Or you can go to Sprouts. They're in every single Sprouts. So this is like a sugar-free, just absolute rocket fuel charge to the brain. It tastes like clear espresso just going straight through you. Like, I am up and at 'em and sharp and focused when I take these goddamn things.
It's real nice.
Big fan. It's clean energy boost without sugar or caffeine. Military, dude, the DOD just dropped like $6 million on these guys to use on troops overseas. I mean, they're putting a ton of money in it. I get it, man. We've been on fire with this shit for like 4 months at the office. It's big. So HVMN stands for Health Via Modern Nutrition. It's not human. They're not a keto product, by the way, even though it's called Ketone IQ. Like 60% of the Tour de France uses it. Military uses it. None of those guys are fucking keto. And again, you can find them at all Sprouts if you want to, or walk in, or you can just order online at hvmn.com. Promo code Drinkin Bros gets you 20% off. One shot and you're good to go. I use it before we go on air. I use it for writing. I love it. I am locked in. I used to take Alpha Brain by On It. Yeah, it was Aubrey's company. And that completely fucking replaced that. So this shit is fucking bomb, dude. I'm amped for these guys. We had Jeffrey Wu on the show, who's one of the investors in this too. And man, it's good. Big fan of this. Again, go to hvmn.com. Promo code Drinkin Bros for 20% off over there. Or just go to Sprouts if there's one near you. You can get it in shots or that bottle like D'Anthony has on his desk right there. The shots are gone. Everybody in the office fucking stole them and took them. Next up, body parts for sale.
Say it like an old-timey guy at a baseball park, though. That's how that
Body
sounded.
parts for sale. Body parts for sale.
It's like you're catching a ball game at Old Comiskey.
Oh, Ebbets Fields. Body parts for sale. Body parts for sale.
Bob, you want to pull this article
You young
up, too,
man,
'cause
do you
there's
need a body part?
There's some pictures in here, not of body parts, but of one of the guys who was buying them, and it's not going to be surprising.
Really? Yeah. All right. Well, I'll read it as he pulls it up. 7 people, including the morgue manager at Harvard Medical School, were arrested and charged with stealing and selling human remains from mortuaries at the Ivy League school and at the University of Arkansas. Arkansas, I understand, you know? Like, that's not really surprising to me. Harvard, though, is a bit of a shock.
Well, you want to get good body parts. You don't want some bullshit, right? Although Harvard is probably this like harvesting Charlestown townies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not. It's like some dude showed up and started talking about apples or something. Like, fuck you, dude. Get in the cooler. You're not Matt Damon, bitch.
Bob, is this the guy?
This is one of the guys who was purchasing the body parts.
That's exactly what I pictured.
Yeah, what do you think he was doing with them?
Holy shit. He's eating them, fucking them. Who knows, man? Snorting them. I mean, this is a mystery. Is his is there a fucking tattoo on his eyeball?
Yes.
There is.
Yep.
Okay, so you can actually tattoo your iris.
Yes. You can do a lot of stuff, yeah.
Fucking hey, god damn, that's hard
But
to look at.
Wouldn't
Shit.
recommend it. I've seen some people's eyes get infected like that, and obviously that's not great.
Yeah. So the arrest involved an underground network that robbed corpses, including the bodies of 2 stillborn infants. Come on, man. For real? Is this real story or is this fake news?
This is real.
Jesus Christ. Who's this guy? Is that
Same guy.
Same guy?
Yeah, he's just got, his clothes on, I guess.
Is that a skull in his hand, though?
Some sort of skull-like thing. He's got, I guess it didn't show in the other picture, but he has metal vampire teeth, apparently.
Good for him. Good for him. Cedric Lodge, 55. Is that Cedric there? A white man named Cedric?
No.
All right. Allegedly stole the remains from the university morgue where he worked and sold the body parts online with the help of his wife, Denise, 63, to associates Katrina McLean, 44, Joshua Taylor, 46, and Matthew Lampy, 52. Officials said one of Lampy's clients, Jeremy Pauly.
I think that's the guy.
Got it. That's Jeremy right
Yeah.
there. All right. Big fan, Jeremy. That's a white man's name. Bought and sold body parts with him, with the two exchanging more than $100,000? Body parts are going for that much? Shit, I might have to change my stance.
I'm sorry. Can you find a lot of stillborn infant femurs on eBay? What do you?
Not on eBay, but like
It's not a saturated market.
Go to any part of the Northwest. Just go to a Starbucks in Seattle. I bet you there's fucking fetuses stacked to the ceiling in there. Just go to that bathroom, dude. They're stacked all the way up to the top of the ceiling, and nobody wants to do anything about it. They're just like, I mean, leave the fetuses, I guess. You gonna order anything, or do we have to call the cops? You know?
as long as you order a coffee, they're fine with it.
Yeah, you got to leave. You can leave a fetus, but you definitely have to order something small,
Fetus.
even if it's just the house coffee.
Deletus.
Holy shit, dude.
They're just having prom night dumpster babies in the Starbucks
I know.
bathroom, man.
Stacked to the ceiling, those babies.
But it wasn't all babies. Like this next one.
No.
Pauly eventually led detectives to Candace Chapman Scott, which sounds like a female serial killer, who's accused of stealing cadavers slated for cremation in Little Rock and then selling them to Pauly up in Pennsylvania. So they're shipping dead bodies like across country. Do they have access to a refrigerated truck? Because you can't. I don't know if you've been around dead bodies.
I have,
yeah. Yeah, you got to keep them.
They stink.
Got to keep them cool.
They stink,
You know,
yeah.
at least like 40 degrees or lower, preferably.
Yeah.
And then this, just like with Lodge's operation, many of the bodies Scott is accused of selling belong to those who donated them for scientific research purposes. So it's people that died donated their bodies to science.
Oh shit. Okay.
So it may not, that weird looking dude, that might be a red herring here. It might be people who are in the research business trying to skim funds by not having to actually pay for stuff.
Got it.
Stealing bodies for science, tale as old as time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
They found how many corpses in Ben Franklin's basement?
oh yeah, Joseph Mengele used to do it too,
Yeah.
but technically that was sanctioned, I believe.
Was
by the-
B. Franks fucking him though?
He was just doing research
Yeah, but isn't
on their buttholes.
research
mostly.
is always code for butt fucking?
If there's any
Dead people.
scientist in the history of Earth that has fucked a dead body, it's Ben.
He's
Franklin.
probably
B. Franks,
the-
right?
Now this is the funny part. It is particularly egregious that so many of the victims have volunteered to allow their remains to be used to educate medical professionals and advance the interests of science and healing. For them and their families to be taken advantage of in the name of profit is appalling. The funny part is, among the body parts sold included two desiccated faces McLean paid Lodge $600 for, and in 2020, Taylor allegedly sent Denise $200, presumably on like Venmo or something, with
Yeah.
a memo that just read brains.
Yeah, dude.
So they're not even taking it seriously, man.
No, they're not.
At least use a brain emoji or some shit.
And they should be. Fucking A, bro. That's great. I mean, look, the fact that you're able to get away with it for this long.
What exactly is the crime? Like, is it desecration of a dead body, or is it like stolen property? What is it?
I think it's desecration of a dead body.
Is that a thing? So if you like, if you are walking down Rainy Street and you walk down to the edge of the river and you're about to take a piss into it, and you accidentally splash all over the face of one of the Rainy Street Ripper's victims, now
Right.
I've committed a crime.
I mean, if a prosecutor's feeling like a dickhole, I guess they might be able to throw that at you. But the abuse of a corpse is a crime in Texas.
It is, yeah. You can't fuck them. You can't dump out on them, and you can't piss on them.
What if it's your own wife and she's only been dead for like 2 minutes? Can
I
you dump out on her then?
I think you have some.
Like her
I think you
dream
got
was
some
to
leeway
get
there.
her dream was to have somebody take a shit on her chest.
Yeah, she was just too nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now it's like, all right, honey, this one thing, like I'm not going to kiss you one last time on the forehead.
Nope.
I'm going to apple milkshake
Yep.
onto your stomach, face, and chest.
Yep. I'm going to go into the freezer. I'm going to get out all the El Monte frozen burritos, eat those, and then dump out on your chest one last time because that's what you wanted. I'm going to do this for you.
They
What
kinda-
happens in two adults' bedroom is none of the government's business. I'll say
Right.
that.
Right. Are you going to leave this shit, though, on her chest before you call, like, the police?
Oh, yeah. I'll
or-
just tell them we were mid.
You were mid, and that's
like-
how it happened? Yeah.
Like, look, I thought about cleaning it up, but that would have seemed suspicious, so I just left you. If you want to know what I had for dinner last night, you can see it right there.
Or an hour ago, yeah.
Well,
But would they be able to check the body temp versus your Duke temp and then kind of match those up and know that you duked on her in death?
They won't. They can't get it down to that short.
You don't
of a
think so?
time, No,
Right.
You can tell within hours, but not within like minutes or anything.
Okay.
So as long as you just keep burritos handy all the time, that's the lesson here.
Yeah, oh, yeah, obviously. Texas, you never have that problem. You can fucking throw a stone, dude.
Oh yeah, burritos everywhere.
Fucking burritos all over the goddamn place. Next up, pistol brace updates. House Republicans delivered a blow to the Biden administration's federal regulation on pistols, with stabilizing braces, voting in favor of a National Rifle Association, that stands for NRA, obviously, supported resolution that aims to overturn the rule. The measure, HJ.
Nice.
Yeah. I hear the laughter back there. Know that I enjoy it too, friend. HJ Res .44 would nullify the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives rule that regulates stabilizing braces for pistols and prevent the ATF from reintroducing the same rule in the future. Pistol braces are accessories that can be attached to the rear of a gun to make it easier to fire with one hand. The accessories are often used by disabled veterans and other Americans. The ATF rule categorizes pistols with braces as short-barreled rifles, which require a federal license to own.
That's as of like May 31st.
Okay.
But here's the issue, right? This isn't about pistol braces or gun rights or any of that stuff. It is about this. To me, this is a continuation of lawsuits that have been filed against federal agencies and against the federal government over the past few years about making regulations that portend as laws, right? Mm-hmm. So laws are made by legislators. That is to say, Congress and the Senate, and then the president signs bills, and that's how a law is made. I believe somebody made a video about it back in the day. How
it's a great video. Born. Yep. It's a great video.
The ATF deciding that to reclassify a weapon of which there are 40 to 100 million, depending on which report you believe, and immediately classifying tens of millions of Americans as felons, right? With the ATF or no federal agency has the right to do that. That is not how our system of government works. So like requiring vaccine mandates with penalties such as losing your job or forfeiting your benefits. That was one that was it OSHA that got sued for that?
Yep.
They tried to pass an OSHA regulation because they knew they couldn't pass it in the legislature, so they tried to do it through OSHA. This is the same thing. And the ATF has done this on a routine basis, reclassifying weapons, reclassifying certain types of ammunition and all this stuff. They do not have the right to do it. And this is a good first step in annihilating their fucking attempts to do it. Now, we need to push this farther, right? Like the IRS should not be allowed to make new regulations that charge you more money. That should not be allowed to happen.
Right.
The DEA shouldn't be allowed to classify drugs on a higher schedule or a lower schedule just based on how they fucking feel it, because really that's just the president trying to do that stuff. None of these agencies have the right to do any of that stuff. We are in a representative republic. So members of the legislature vote. That becomes law. Then it goes to the courts if there's a disagreement, and the courts will ultimately decide the constitutionality of that law. That is how our system works, and this is completely unconstitutional. Right, so it's good that this is the first thing the Republicans have done in a long time that does anything in support of limiting the power of federal government.
Yeah, I mean, one victory, I guess, right? For now.
Well, so we'll see.
Yeah,
because the Senate still has to pass it as well. But I think the fact that the House passed it so easily means that the Senate probably has a decent shot, because I don't think it's just about. I think they're worried about when Republicans get back into power, whether if they have one of the houses of Congress and then the presidency, or, God forbid, from their perspective, both houses of Congress and the presidency, then they could start making, so the president could tell the Department of Education, I want you to make it illegal now to teach CRT or gender ideology in schools. And they could do that. Under the current situation, they could do that because nobody's stopping them from doing it. But the president shouldn't be allowed to do that.
Right.
Although I agree with those two decisions, the president doesn't have the authority to do that. So, this is just the processes of government.
Yeah. Is there anybody in the studio today?
Wait, we got one more.
Oh, we do? Shit. Fire away.
It's the second story.
Is it?
Surveillance.
Did I skip it? Oh, fuck yeah. Let's rock it, dude. I got nowhere to be today. I got nowhere to go, dude.
I've got a deer roast.
Oh, do you really?
Right now, yeah.
Dude, Homeboy's tacos were the fucking greatest
Oh, yeah.
yesterday. Yeah, I got nowhere to fucking be, man. I'm amped about this. I don't have it on here. Go ahead.
Yeah, you do. It's the second one. Surveillance has gone too far.
It's not on mine.
No, dude, it's not in here.
No, it's not on mine.
What?
Yeah.
Second story is U.S. intelligence purchasing private data.
It's
There's,
gone
no,
from
there's no
ours.
dog fucker in here. If that's what
That's how high you were last night.
No, I'm reading it right now, and I literally copied and pasted it into the email.
Yeah, we don't have it.
Bro, you can fucking look at my email right
Same
here
here.
on the screen.
That's
we don't have
bizarre.
it. Yeah.
Maybe the fucking government's fucking with me here.
Well,
Yeah.
hey, did you hear what's going on right now? There's a cyber attack going on right now. A massive cyber attack against all U.S. agencies. We're not one of them, obviously.
That's happening all the time.
Yeah, fire away with the story. It's not on Bob and I's.
Yeah, so the title is Surveillance Has Gone Too Far. A now former Penn State University professor accused of performing sexual acts with his dog in public and in a public forest was arrested on Tuesday and subsequently hit with a slew of charges, including open lewdness, indecent exposure, sexual intercourse with an animal cruelty, and disorderly conduct. Now, you don't know that it was cruel, first of all.
No.
But we'll get there. His name is Themis, Themis, Matsoukas, Greek guy.
All right.
Themis, maybe. 64. He was spotted on trail cams in Rothrock State Forest, naked with his collie, as early as 2014. So this has been going on for a while.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
He's been fucking this dog for 9 years?
Yeah.
Damn it, dude.
With the latest incident taking place this year, the acts were caught by surveillance cameras. According to Fox 43, the Pennsylvania Department of Conservation and Natural Resources Rangers launched an investigation in April after a trail cam set up by the park captured footage of a man engaging in lewd behavior with a collie near a restroom in Allen Seeker parking area, trying to film it on an iPad.
Yes.
Now, these people usually
Yes.
are looking for people setting dangerous fires.
Uh-huh.
They're looking for poachers and things like that, not some dude getting his ass eaten out by a fucking dog.
God damn it. Do we have a picture of this guy?
Oh, yeah, there he is.
He's a naughty boy.
Look at him. I'm surprised he doesn't have a picture of the dog on his fucking desk
Same
over there.
here. That's not what I pictured. This guy looks like a normal white guy. That's not what I was
White
picturing.
Greek. Rangers explained that the area was within viewing distance of a road used by visitors to access a picnic area and campgrounds. While Rangers were unable to put a name to the man in April when they saw him on the trail cam, he returned to the same area in May, and so he's once a month guy. Right?
Yeah.
I need my ass eaten out by the dog once a month. You know, honey, I'm gonna be gone that week. Stop booking shit. I'm not going to your fucking mom's house.
It's great to have a schedule.
Yeah,
I
well, you got
understand
to, yeah.
this.
And
yeah.
it's consistency for a dog is really important as well.
Mm-hmm.
I know that because I'm housebreaking one right now.
Oh, really?
I got a little puppy, yeah.
Okay.
Did you settle on a name yet?
No,
Has the dog eaten your asshole yet?
not yet, but it will.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah, it will. Just not in public.
No,
Fuck.
no.
But anyways, so he returned to the same area in May. He was identified by his Subaru, which matched a vehicle spotted in previous videos. So there's multiple videos of this asshole. Investigators recovered a trail cam footage from as early as 2014 showing Matsugas walking around camp naked from the waist down. So he's got a T-shirt on, but no pants.
Yeah.
With his collie in tow, carrying an iPad and wearing a black ski mask.
Shit.
As local news reports, in one of the videos, Matsukas was allegedly spotted leaving the restroom naked with a dog before masturbating and letting it lick his asshole while he filmed on his iPad at various angles. I'm not sure where the videos are going.
Right.
Motherless,
right.
maybe?
Maybe. Can we get a copy of those if anybody's got them
Well,
out there?
I'll ask for discovery. I'm going to file a freedom of information request. Like, can I see this dude's asshole or what?
Man, I'm filing a FOIA request here. I want to see it.
So after he was identified as a suspect, police obtained a search warrant for his vehicle and his home and paid him a visit. He was described as, quote, very nervous, telling officers, I'm done, I'm dead, and then begging them to shoot him. And then he told them that he just does it to blow off steam.
Sure.
Maybe have a beer, guy.
Maybe I have a hard AF seltzer. It's
Yeah.
8%.
Following his arrest, Penn State announced that the chemical engineering professor of 30 years,
Jesus Christ.
so presumably had tenure.
Yeah.
But this is, I think you can get past it if a guy's fucking a dog, right?
I'm not sure how that works.
He had been relieved of his responsibilities and is on leave. He has a hearing scheduled for July 19th. Look, I don't approve of any of this stuff, right? But this has all gone too far.
How so?
Just the police state and the surveillance state bull. You can't even fuck your own dog in the woods anymore.
No, you can't.
Without some asshole making
In
videos.
woods that my tax dollars
Yeah,
pay for.
seriously,
Exactly, dude.
I'm paying your fucking salary.
Yeah.
You should feel blessed that you were able to witness my fucking masterpiece,
Yeah.
right? I just look, as anti-animal cruelty as I am, I'm more anti-government.
Who's the guy in this one? What's his name? Do we have his full name here?
Themis Matsoukas.
God damn it, that's a terrible name.
Stupid fucking name.
It's a terrible name. And the look on his face. So he really asked the police officers to end his life?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I kinda
I
get
mean,
it.
if you, I understand that.
I do too.
Because
The
like your
embarrassment of this is-
all of your colleagues, the entire world's gonna find out you've been getting your asshole eaten out by a dog for fucking at least 9 years, right?
At least.
I don't know, but I do feel bad. Feel bad for the guy.
So it's this scene from The Departed, but but Matt Damon's fucking a dog.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, just fucking kill me.
Just fucking kill me. Just fucking kill me. Oh, damn it, dude.
Yeah, but then James Badge Dale. Oh no, I'm sorry, it's Anthony Anderson kills him, and then James Badge Dale kills him, and then Matt Damon kills him.
Marky
So on.
Mark kills him. Yeah,
It's a very Scorsese ending.
sure is. Sure is. And for
Spoiler
this-
alert: that movie came out fucking 25 years ago or
Exactly.
some shit. So fuck off.
And by the way, to this collie fucker, dude, I get it. Now that this is out and everybody knows your name, Themis Mantzoukas,
You should have killed yourself, probably, right?
you still have the opportunity.
I guess,
to.
yeah. I don't know.
Leave
if-
the door open. Don't close it.
He's probably not a flight risk. He's in a fucking Subaru, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
What's he
Is
gonna do? Go hike with some lesbians or something?
Is it weird though that I picture everybody who owns a Subaru to get their asshole eaten out by dogs and or fucking their dogs?
I mean, it's mostly lesbians.
yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Good for him, dude. That's a great story, and I can't believe you left it off.
I didn't. It's in here.
Yeah, it's not on ours.
Yeah.
It's not on ours.
Well, you got the Hatch Act one though. Where
know.
was that?
I know that was in here.
Because that's in between the two that you say are 1 and 2.
I know. We had all of it. Bob and I don't have the.
That's really bizarre.
I would have noticed a collie fucking story.
Wait,
you know
the
what I'm
Hatch
saying?
Act isn't in here either.
Yeah. Cheers. Who's here?
Weird.
Who's here? Who do we got here back here today? Who's in studio today for Drinkin' Bro of the Week? Come on up, dude. Come on up. While you do it, while you make the trek up here, grab some Hard AF seltzers, bro. I mean, get fucked up. It's Thursday. It's Thursday. Thursday is our Friday around here. We call it Little Friday, dude. Everybody just gets fucking trashed. What are you drinking there?
Coors Light for the moment.
Fuck you, dude. You're about to be on camera, motherfucker.
Well, let's give me a hard AF then.
It's in the fridge. There's a million of them in there. Everybody who comes in the studio gets to get fucking rocked, dude. We'll go one at a time, yeah. We'll go one at a time. You want to come up second? Yeah. Yeah. Help yourself to boom, right there.
I'll grab me on that.
Yeah, grab one.
What's the best flavor?
Best flavor. Look, that's like which is your favorite kids, dude? I've been gunning through the watermelon and pina colada because they're new and I like them. Anything that's new, or I'm just like, all right, sweet. But peach and blue ras, they're all fucking good. Luckily, so good to go. Cheers, gentlemen. Welcome to the
Cheers,
show,
my friends. Thank you
Welcome
very
to the
much.
show. By the way, if you're out there, we're in 200 stores. Hard AF Seltzer, every single Total Wine in the state of Tennessee and Florida, except for Tallahassee. Get your shit together, Tallahassee. Pop on down. A thank you, Miami. We're also in the Miami Marlins ballpark, Lone Depot, down there, and the Tampa Bay Rays and the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Or we can just ship them right to your house at hardafseltzer.com. Go check the store locator and type in your zip code or city, and you'll find the store nearest you that carries the product. Welcome to the show. Tell everybody your name.
Thanks. My name's Chris Cole.
There you go, Chris. You just popped in at the end. Have you been here all day?
No, man, we just got here, man.
Why are you so
up,
late?
Ubered up right now.
Why are you so late today?
Hungover as fuck.
You know,
Barely made it.
we started 2 o'clock today.
Well, I'm
You know.
glad I made it.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers, man. Thanks.
You know the rules. Who'd you like to give Drinkin' Bro of the Week to?
My mom, for one. She's my hero. She raised me well. I hope. And then my
Do you
buddy.
think so?
Yeah,
You look
I think
like,
so.
I mean, you look like shit today.
I
man.
do. I feel like shit.
You're hungover.
Yeah, but
And
that's
you-
why I'm
and you're
drinking
thank-
these.
You're thanking your mom, dude,
Yeah.
for this. You're a mess. You're a fucking mess. Get it together.
The second one's going to be my buddy Chris Spano in the back, who's number
Okay.
2 up here. and we're here on a mission. So,
What is your mission?
coming here to meet you guys. Been watching for a while.
No
and,
shit.
Yeah, man. We came from Hawaii. We just flew in yesterday.
You came in all the way from Hawaii.
Yeah.
You got super fucked up last night, and then you caught the last 10 minutes of your favorite show on earth.
But I did bring mushrooms and some weed.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, well. Looks like that might be Drinkin' Bro of the Year candidate. Thanks, man. Because if you come here, bring gifts for everyone. That's great.
We did.
God damn, that's awesome. Cheers.
All right, cheers, guys.
Who else is here with you? Do they want to come up too?
Spano.
Spano, come on up. By the way, if you can't make it into Austin and be on the show live, all you got to do is go to drinkinbros.com and fill out the submission, and we'll read it live on air. We got plenty of them here. And submit, dude. We'll read it live on air. But if you're here, we'd rather have you here in person giving out Drinkin' Bro of the Week.
Cheers.
Cheers. Tell everybody your full
delicious.
name. Thank you very much. Dude.
Chris Spann.
Chris Spann.
Yes, sir.
What's up, dude?
So, former Marine, been in Hawaii for 21 years. Cole introduced me to you guys about 3 months ago.
Fuck yeah.
We've been buds for about 15 years. He was on the mainland and decided he wanted to get his ass back to Hawaii. Asked for a place to live. I was like, I got you, bro. And he's like, speaking of bros, I want to introduce you to these Drinkin' Bros.
Fuck yeah.
And we're on a fucking mission right now. My childhood best friend of 4 years, from like fourth grade, he got diagnosed with lymphoma, 4th stage. We joined the Marine Corps together. He's a fucking badass. I got stationed in Hawaii, and he went to Iraq, got fucked up. And I told him, I was like, hey, man, you need me? I'll be there. And he's down in Biloxi, Mississippi. I'm not going to say his name, but
Sure.
he's my homie. So I said, you need me there? I'll be there. So via Austin, come see you guys, plant some seeds about doing Black Rifle, coffee truck in Hawaii potentially.
Sure.
Promoting Hard AF out there. Ray Cash Care doing the GI Go Fund, doing something like that in Hawaii. And sorry, I'm a little nervous.
Oh, don't worry about it, man.
And also plant the seed for a vets transitioning program. I've got a buddy that's got a ketamine clinic out there, so helping people
In
with
Hawaii?
PTSD. Yep.
Okay.
So kind of plant the seed for some future conversations and just do some networking, but want to send one up for my best friend, RG, Drinkin' Bro of the Week for me, for life.
Awesome. Cheers, man. Cheers. Sorry to hear about that.
Yeah, man.
I made a similar trek a few years ago for a buddy of ours for a long time. We all went up to the Mayo Clinic in Cleveland and all got together for him. And although the situation was sad, it was nice to see everybody again and all in a group setting. It sucks that it's usually involves that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wish it could be for funner stuff. But that's the one thing that will definitely pull everybody back together where it's just like, all right, I'll drop everything. I'll clear the schedule. I'll get somebody to babysit the kids, and I'll go out and do it. So, cheers to you guys,
Yeah,
man.
he's got 3 young ones, and I was like, man, whatever I got to do, I'll take care of the kids, take them to school, pick up groceries, be there for a shoulder for you to lean on. You know, that's what brothers do. So it's really cool to be here, seeing all this live, watching you guys on the podcast all the time.
There you are,
This
right there on that
fucking badass.
monitor. Boom, dude. Boom. You can see yourself right there. Look at that. Now that you know, the screen is far away. Like, that's a fucking... I mean, look at Matt Damon's face right there. Look at his bloody little face. If that was a tranny, would you know? Probably not. You know? Probably not.
How high are you up to for the jerk a dude off on stage?
Jerk a guy off on stage?
Yeah.
How much money?
Yeah. It was like 20, 30 grand.
Oh, yeah. Nobody's donated. GoFundMe actually frowns on you for posting shit like that, so they took it down. But, yeah, man, you know.
I was just watching that before we
were willing to jack a dude off on
he
stage.
was puking back there.
Is that what he was doing?
Yeah.
It looked like he'd just thrown up, to be honest with you.
Or he got
Good.
railed by a tranny.
Yeah,
So.
either one, dude. Congratulations and welcome to Austin. You know?
Can I give you one?
Cheers. Absolutely, man. Cheers.
Good to finally be here.
Absolutely, man.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, of course, of course. For anybody out there, again, if you're in the Austin area, just pop on in the studio. Doors open. You can come in, drink some Hard AF seltzers, give out your Drinkin' Bro of the Week, or submit through drinkinbros.com. Drinkinbros.com, by the way, we got merch, hats, all that fun stuff if you want to support the show. And not one single cent goes to Ukraine, which is even better. And as always, go to iTunes, rate the show a 5-star, and leave a quick review. Head on over to Spotify. It's just a 5-star, and you can walk away. That also helps us out. Happy Thursday, everybody. Enjoy the U.S. Open this weekend. Delco, who's winning? Who do we got? Is it still pretty Ricky?
Ricky and Xander both shot a U.S. Open record.
Did they really?
62.
And I have Xander Schauffele winning this, so hopefully he can go wire to wire. Let's go, baby! For D'Anthony Holloway, I'm Ross Patterson. This is Drinkin' Bros Fake News. Good.